Hello there, friends. It's time for part 2 of our props from the past covering the Probius build. This will be my half of the build, the RC car base. While Britt was doing the body in tandem, though, I was working on this. So let's dive in and see how it went.
All right, here we go.
This is a test, I believe. Make sure it wouldn't tip over.
That's a medicine ball on top that's filled with like heavy sand.
Yeah. Which it's like a 5-pound medicine ball, and it weighs about as much as the whole Probius.
Hey, fellow maker, welcome down to the shop.
Look at those
Doing
fancy
something
glasses.
a little different today.
Britt
is
and
working
autofocus.
on her Probius costume.
What's going on?
Sorry about the truck autofocus.
Was this right when we got the GH5? It might have been because the GH5 has terrible autofocus.
Especially like the default.
Yeah,
like, I think you can fiddle with it, but yeah.
I had an idea to make him a little more mobile. Now we have a stand for him, a little wheelie stand. But I'm obsessed with radio controlled cars, so I figured maybe I could build a radio
I
controlled
like how you're just like, it's
mobile
fine.
base for
I won't
Probius
record
so
this
that he can
again.
drive around BlizzCon. So I picked up this RC truck, and I'm gonna try and build a base for it that's a little more stable. He's gonna be really top heavy, so I'm gonna try and extend the base a little bit.
Really
to
distracting, isn't it?
That extra weight. I have literally no idea what I'm doing, so I got a bunch of aluminum and some casters from the hardware store, and I need to bend these things and screw things together. So this is gonna be an adventure the whole way through.
Excellent.
Come along while I bumble my way through this.
I don't know why I would do that every once in a
The
while.
platform. And
Here we
I'll
go,
walk you
manual
through what I'm
focus. Thank
thinking here.
goodness.
I need it to be a wider and
That,
longer base, otherwise he will
cutting
tip
mat.
right
No,
over.
it's on
It's on
autofocus.
autofocus. Hello. Like, what are you doing?
These aluminum bars.
That cutting mat looks
to
a lot
him
cleaner.
with casters on the end of it. So I got one kind of bent and.
We still
ready to
have
go. I gotta
that.
bend
We
the other
moved
end of
it.
this.
I need to cut it
I'll
up
have another one
so that people can get pieces
going
of
the
it.
length of him, so that he's got more support on the front and back, and then I'll have some more that go up.
I put a lot
where
of
it
thought
meets
into
his
it, keeping it from
Probius
tipping over,
body.
and it worked.
So
I don't
for
know if I
now,
overdid
need
it,
to
but
go bend the other side of this.
it's okay if I overdid it because it
And
worked.
Yeah, it almost
see how
fell
it
a couple
looks.
times as we
So I've accomplished
drove it
this
off the
so
sidewalk.
far.
Mm,
I'm
right.
gonna repeat that over here.
And it didn't fall.
I made a little
so.
form out of wood so that I can kind of get
Look at that.
it close. And I have this giant vise, and I just put it in here, clamped it down. Yeah. And then I use this other
good.
vise.
This actually worked really well.
I'm sure there's a better way to do this. But I use this other vise here to get a good grip on it.
So for some
bending
vice
it
on
just by
vice
hand
action.
is a
Yeah.
little cumbersome.
Nice.
So that I can just sort of do that to bend it, and then check the angle. See
Am I
if
going to
need
show you that?
close.
No.
Nope.
But you could imagine what it would look like.
Like so.
I think the original plan
Like
was to
that,
not
and
even
then
worry about a
hopefully
video
bend
for
the
the
other
stand,
part.
but you were up
back.
for filming as you were working.
guess so.
So good on you for filming this,
Mm-hmm.
even though the focus is.
It's just doing its own thing. Probably could have tightened this at it a little bit, too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, this is in the way. That's no good at all. Let's see if I can. There we go.
Look at you, metal bending.
Such a pro.
Okay.
I am a metal bender. Metal benders are the
So
coolest.
that's kind of the first try there, and it's
pretty all right. Nope.
actually kind of close.
I guess I'm happy with
from
that.
here, I can just kind of put it
Past
in
Mel
vice
thought it was
loosely.
fine.
That looks just
Think of
like
it
it.
Wrong way. Crap. Give it a bend. Like that, and then move it down here. Give it a bend.
Confidently
Like that.
talking like I know what I'm doing and
Check it against my
just
form.
winging it.
So I can go put my casters on
It
here
looks
and
good,
see
though.
how it looks on my truck. So again, this is all just stuff from the hardware store. Just this aluminum bar stock that was crazy overpriced, and casters, and then I built a little.
It's interesting how this video is filmed more like our current style.
It's true, a little bit more, in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't even think about that. Like your video was what we used to do, whereas we'd film B-roll of all of our work, and then at the end we'd review all that footage, write an outline, and then do a talk to camera bit. But I think you're right. I think you were like you were working on your thing, I was working on this thing, and I was like, I'll just film it in the moment. And Britt was going to do a video anyway. I was like, well, if this turns out okay, I'll use the footage. And I did.
Frame, because this plastic frame is probably not meant to have metal screwed into it.
That's probably true. The truck was like $130 on Amazon, which is a ridiculously good price for what you get. However,
screw it in through there.
Everything's made out of plastic. That's what you get with a cheaper RC car.
Cross my fingers. Okay, I decided
that truck still works. I still have it. I still use it.
And I think that I can.
But some parts have broken that I've had to repair. Just by driving it around my yard and crashing it into the sidewalks and stuff.
In to the frame. Like so. And I'm going to put an arrow on this. This is front.
Yeah, this is... See, that's the sort of thing that, like, Bill 10 years ago wouldn't have thought to do.
Which side is this? This is the front. Cool.
Once you take the shell off, it's hard to tell which way is front.
I'm going to drill and tap those.
And there were fenders that looks like I took off as well.
Look at you drilling and tapping.
I know, right?
You had like 4 taps to your name. Did you see that?
Yeah. Let me get all my taps out. Now I don't even know how many taps I have.
So here's my hope that these 3 screws screwed through the plastic frame down to the aluminum bar will be enough to keep this thing nice and
I don't even know if I ever got to watch this video.
Yeah, I probably didn't watch it. I probably didn't watch it after I edited it.
These holes are not straight.
Because I didn't realize how removable the connections are. Like, you made this all be able to be disassembled later.
Yeah.
Battery can still fit in here. I may have to flatten these screw heads a little bit.
Now, I went with all the stock hardware on this truck, but since then I bought
These are in there.
a new motor with a LiPo battery and everything for a car that I had. And it was way too powerful for the car. So I've transferred that much more powerful brushless motor into this truck. I wish I had done that for Probius. I think the batteries would have lasted longer and he could have gone a lot faster.
So now if the tires turn, the
however,
should go
the stock one I think was really good limiter.
Right.
So I didn't get into trouble.
More screws just later once there's more force on this thing, but that so far is working okay. Neat thing about Sharpie is that it's alcohol soluble. So
yeah.
If you screw up on a piece of metal, you can just wipe it off. Ta-da!
Alright, it's completely gone.
Time to do this other bend here.
It's fine.
And because of the length, I can't do it vertically, so I have to do
Look at that beautiful backlighting from the little window up there.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Way easier. So
this video, the building of Probius, and also our little Adventures of BlizzCon video, we all released them all on the same day.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
And it turns out it didn't do well in the algorithm that way. Like, people watched one of the 3 instead of all 3.
They're like, did you see our Probius videos?
They're like,
like, yeah, I watched it. They're like, we made 3 of them. They're like, I watched one of them.
I just have a drawing that I'm referencing this against to see if I'm even close. And I'm not. So I'll just keep bending it until it's right. Well, that took longer than I care to admit. But I think I'm good.
I still want to do something like this again.
Yeah, I love this kind of project. This kind of figuring out engineering and noodling.
Just having a prop that you drive around, like a R2, some kind of astromech droid or something.
Yeah. Or Wally.
Wally.
I'd love to make a Wally.
That's kind of
really good.
Thing.
Bob just finished his R2.
The next thing I need
Bob from I Like to Make Stuff.
These.
Very excited about that.
This. And this is...
The another Blizzard-related thing we thought of is in World of Warcraft, as a warlock, you can summon this giant void. Are they called them void walkers?
Yeah, void walkers.
I've called blueberries.
Yes.
But to have one of those on top of an RC car, but have it be those inflatable costumes.
Yeah.
So when you drive it, the void walker will kind of like
move around. Thinner aluminum, about 1/8 of an inch thick. and I had to drill these
Oh, look at
plastic
this.
holes out.
Do a
which
little
worries me 'cause they're already
voiceover.
pretty thin, but they seem like they'll hold. I drilled them to accept these 832 screws, and then the holes in this aluminum piece were threaded,
All
so that I
right, look
can
at
just
that.
screw these guys in and cinch this down. Now,
And that worked really well too.
this
Yeah,
part here is
great.
pretty snug, but it can still kind of slide forward and backward. I think once I have the front one on, the bend will help keep that from being much of a problem. But I also put some foam in there to take up a little bit of the
Why
slack.
not? You use a little foam in every
Does that
project.
work? I don't know. Basically, I'll make another one of these, put it up here, see how it works.
It's a good plan.
Good plan, Bill. There you go. That actually, with both of these locked
Good
down,
plan.
this
Good
feels
plan.
really super secure. It doesn't want to slide back and forth. A little play, which is fine. And in fact, I might loosen these side guys here so that they have a little play too.
I don't know if you guys
These
can hear the
wheels are
crow
actually
outside,
gripping
but
them. If these
it's really warm
these
out, and I
take too much
filled the bird
weight,
bath so
although
he would have
weight's
water.
kind of a
Yeah.
problem.
Poor
But
little
if they
crow.
take too much weight, these wheels won't be able to grip. But I can always tweak this bend a little bit. That's pretty great right there. It feels really sturdy. I should probably take this outside and drive it around and see how it
Yeah.
works.
Of course.
And then I can worry about adding upper.
These parts.
Okay, shop test.
Look at him go! Look at the old shop setup.
Oh yeah. Looks very different now.
A little low on traction. I have a feeling that the wheels, those little wheels, are going to make it hard for it to go over.
It's different when you have the weight on, I believe, but we'll find out.
Right.
This
Spoilers.
is going to be a flatland only vehicle. That's okay though. But it's definitely a little light on traction, so I might bend those side wheelies up a bit, just a little bit. But the front and back look good. Time for the next step.
Also,
here.
not a lot of traction on the
This guy.
concrete. In fact, when we were at BlizzCon, I was driving around like the lobby of the Marriott there, which had a nice smooth floor, and I could drift Probius a little bit, which was really fun.
Was up about 3 feet, maybe, I think. And this is our. This will definitely work. It just needs to be pushed around by hand. For this guy, I'm gonna have this square tube up there, and our robot friend will slide down into this to hold him in place. I need to suspend this 3 feet in the air though. So I've got these bars for this stuff, and I'm gonna bolt it through here to this guy. So up at the top, this will bolt to that guy. There will be a bend. That makes sense. So this will get screwed into that. There'll be one on the other side, and then one.
Cool
coming
story,
out
bro.
back.
Maybe just show us.
Yeah. These arms.
This
are
might
gonna
be
go
one of
up
your
on
first
these
like metal
posts here, so I
crafting
can
True, yeah.
projects.
through them.
Haven't
to
done a
accept these.
ton of that in the past.
There we go. So here's one thing about
Nice.
the connections. So we've got these
Probably right when I started watching this old Tony videos.
guys that will go on either
Yeah.
end, like that.
Look at that.
Drill a hole through and bolt that. It's okay if they rotate because there will be a third one like that from the back. We got a tripod thing going on. It should keep it from.
I think a drawing would have explained this a little bit better. I'd love to be able to
So I'm going to
do
drill
an
holes
animated
for
drawing
these.
thing.
Now I need a hole.
I
through
should be able
there
to pull
and
that off.
another
It
one through
went to school
there.
for animation.
And this, what is it? The third back leg is
Yeah, you didn't do much
too short,
editing in
and I'm
this.
all
Nope.
out of bar stock,
Trim it
so
down.
I'm gonna use this guy.
That's the
and
thing
bolt
about a
it together.
voiceover video, like the one we watched
That
in the last
seems
props
like
in the
it
past
should
with
work.
Probius.
I don't know.
It was like,
We'll see.
I did this, and I did this, and I did
Hopefully,
this,
yeah.
and it's
you're
kind of hard
watching me
to talk over
drill all
because
these
it's
holes,
just so much
put them
information.
and bending all the parts.
This one's a lot more, it feels more like a
and
live stream.
Then putting it all the way it should go, and it worked perfectly. Hopefully.
Look at
Or
that.
it's just a video of me crying. That's it. It's all put together.
And that is not
That's not the final
what we
version.
ended up using.
No.
Let's see how it does.
I love it though. I really do.
That's so cool.
That wire's a problem. Okay, here's the top. This is a 5-pound medicine ball, and I'm just gonna like duct tape it there. This will simulate the weight of Probius. I don't know how much he's gonna weigh in the end, but this should help.
Probably less than 5 pounds.
Yeah,
really.
It's super light.
Useful. So I'll just duct
The
tape that there and
battery
go take it out for a
was
test run.
resting on the stand, but the battery's probably by far the heaviest part. Totally does drift.
Yeah. But really, I was just trying to see if it would fall over, and it did not.
Seems pretty sturdy.
Yeah, those training wheel setups are really smart.
Yeah. Truck's having a little rough go in it. Downhill's pretty good.
I think he's doing great.
It would have been really cool with that deeper motor. The motor I bought, the upgraded motor, the motor by itself cost twice as much as that entire truck.
And you didn't get that till after this whole.
No.
I have a new idea. So here's my.
Yeah, here we go. I
upright
swapped to the
aluminum, and
polycarbonate.
I went and got some strips of polycarbonate. Just ran over to Tap Plastics. Got these.
I was worried they wouldn't be very sturdy, but they're incredibly sturdy.
Yeah.
Polycarbonate has
here
less
plastic,
brittleness than
covering on
acrylic.
them.
Yeah, and it's
I
half inch.
just
Like we
ran
got
around
super
it
thick
Yeah.
stuff.
to round over the edges, and then I made quite a mess. Lots of mess. And then I just used the heat gun to heat up these edges here and bent it to match the metal parts. And it's a little long. I'll just drill my holes and cut it to shape. And then these
I'm also glad I
edges
did
here,
that because
think,
I had to
just smooth
attach
them
two
with
of those
a
metal
little bit
pieces together. They're
of
just
sandpaper,
nuts
and then hit
sticking
them
out.
with
Yeah.
a torch to make them all nice and
Look at
shiny.
that! Using a torch to.
That these guys
A lot of
are a
skills
little
coming
less
together on this
Yeah.
one.
than these. You'll
I'm
still
very
see
impressed.
this, but it'll be less. I mean, it's transparent, so hopefully it looks more like Probius is floating along, supported by nothing. That's the plan. We'll see. This is half-inch polycarbonate. It is crazy
See how it
strong.
flexes? That's
And
really good.
even
Like
though
instead of
this
being
is
so
twice
rigid, it just
the thickness.
snaps.
They are about the same weight.
I think
We have
the
320
polycarbonate's
grams
what they
there.
usually use for the car
Plastic
bodies
one
of RC
is
cars.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So they can
30. So
do a
they're
little
nearly the
impact
same weight.
bounciness.
Not really adding much in terms of weight. So here it is. Now with
That
the
looks
clear
pretty
uprights,
clean.
hopefully a
I
little
like that.
more clandestine than the aluminum here, and it appears to be just as strong.
Yeah.
I think that's going to hold up quite nicely.
And
so
it
all we
did.
have to do now is get.
I still have
Probius
those.
finished up and
I
mounted
hacked
on
those
here.
off. Someday I'll use them for something.
It was cute because we get people who are just into StarCraft there for the StarCraft tournament being like, yay, StarCraft, boo, Heroes of the Storm. I'm like, this is a Blizzard
I'm happy to
convention.
report
Can't we
that
just
Probius was a massive
like
hit
both
at
franchises?
BlizzCon.
Wow, we really
my
glossed
fairly
over,
cheap RC
um,
car.
the
Like how he actually connects and goes on it.
there's a whole separate video for that.
Is there?
Yes, we'll have to find that. It's really short.
goodness.
It's when you 3D printed the connection.
From
Third down.
There it is, a 5-minute video. All right, let's download that. We'll cover that one today too, everybody. All right, let's finish this one.
Great job.
I think we
actually.
might have
Got him
released
moving around
the
really well. He was
3D
super
printed one
nimble.
before
I'm definitely
the rest.
glad
As like
swapped
I was like,
out
what
the
is it?
uprights for those polycarbonate ones. I thought they looked a lot better. One thing I had to consider as well was the battery.
I think I
This
turned off the
car came
autofocus.
with this 2,000 milliamp hour battery, which is not a ton. I could drive this car around for maybe 20 minutes on this, and with
Well, this is
the
on carpet.
probe
Driving
on
Probius
there,
on carpet.
it lasted
Probius on
a lot
carpet made him
less.
heat up.
In fact,
and the
I
battery
found
lasts about
driving it
half as
on
long.
carpet
Yeah.
There we
was
go.
even more of a drain
Yeah.
on the battery. and
The
it would
foam
last
cover Bill
hardly
made,
5 minutes.
the weight of
Fortunately, I thought
everything
ahead and I bought
pressed
a
the
couple
foam cover
of
into
these
the carpet
5,000
and started
milliamp hour
sliding.
batteries.
A lot of
So
friction,
three
so
batteries,
Bill cut
all charged
like
up and ready to go.
a
Half an
centimeter,
inch.
yeah, off the bottom.
Now, when I drove
and they
him
made it
around
way
with one
better.
of these batteries just on the show floor where it's nice and smooth, it lasted quite a long time. Anyway, that was a really fun project. I'm glad I got to incorporate some radio-controlled stuff into a prop build. That was really
Yay.
fun. As always, all of the tools and materials that I used for this build
Alright.
will be linked down below.
Man, I can't
including
believe
this
I forgot we
sweet
did a
little
fourth
RC car.
video.
right?
Thanks so much for checking out the video and joining me here in the shop
Bill, you
today.
have something on your
We
nose.
filmed a ton
All
more
right.
stuff for the Probius build, and it's all out.
Let's grab that next one.
I live here now.
Oh, that's
goodness,
right.
You're so close. You're so close.
The little woodpecker friend. I forgot.
Hey, you got a quick one
That
for
was
you
a
guys.
flicker
Some
woodpecker.
3D printing. This is a frame for an upcoming
our basement somehow.
project to be announced. And
so we should watch this one first.
I know, this was the teaser.
Tube to this aluminum bar, I figured I'd 3D print a part. So I designed this thing all up in Fusion 360.
Mm-hmm.
I've got these clampy parts here with some screws. To
come on one of your first Fusion projects too.
Right, yeah.
Similar. So you just tighten these down and they're nice and snug. So the first thing I tried was this.
I think you did a video of Matter Hackers.
I tried printing in high impact
Matter Hackers team interviewed you about this 3D printed part.
And I accidentally loaded the wrong profile, the wrong printer profile. So it's kind of split apart. So this is a little bit of a fail on my part. But I learned something. So I printed the piece all in one go, and the layer lines you can see are running at a diagonal, but on the front here for clamping, it's fine. But on the back, the lines run along the stress point here.
Broke.
And when I clamped it down, this part broke right off. Now, if these layers had laminated better, maybe that would have been fine. But I figured that it would be better if the layer lines were oriented this way for the tube part and this way for the bar part.
Good
So I took my 3D model and I split it into two pieces.
You see a little green was left in it?
And printed them in different orientations. So this one was printed like that. This one was printed like that. And then the two pieces locked together.
Look at that.
Nice.
So,
very
it turns out that by printing it in two pieces, I actually saved myself a bunch of headache. See, this part right here can't slide on around these bends here. It just has to be opened up like this, just use a screwdriver, to then slide it on top of the bar. And opening it would be impossible with this on here. This would prevent it from opening. You can see.
So it's something hard to remember when you're designing something in 3D space.
All,
how do you get it on?
Yeah, I did the same thing with the bash gun.
I
built an entire part and printed it, and then I was like, these can't go together. They can't physically interface.
So this is my spare in case I break it. But the final one I did in nylon.
Yeah.
I've got some Ultimaker nylon. I printed this on the Ultimaker. And a quick side note, I did a test on the Ultimaker. I sliced it in Simplify 3D using some nylon settings, and this turned out not great. It's really mushy, and the layers didn't laminate.
Weird.
Wow.
So I printed it in Cura, just using their normal nylon settings, and that worked awesome. So Cura, Ultimaker, nylon.
There's an Ultimaker machine, Ultimaker filament, and the Ultimaker
and it
software. So it was all designed to work together, which I like.
Anyway, these parts can slide apart here and clamp down. And I'll probably, once I'm sure that this whole thing is good to go, glue these together and they're fine. I may not even need to do that. I may just zip tie this together.
Yeah, I think
so
I just
that I
zip
can
tied
take this apart for travel.
Because glue,
I don't know yet.
Zip ties are also nylon.
That's right, and glue does not like
there you
to
go. A
stick
little
to
bit of
nylon.
3D printing prototyping.
Most glues. I don't know if there's a nylon
some ideas
glue.
on making mechanical parts. And just showing how important it is that you orient your print in the correct direction, especially when structural integrity is paramount.
That's why I'm interested in the
that's it. That's all I have.
Conveyor belt printer.
Yep.
That's
the CR30.
Yeah, that's getting tested now. I don't know if it's officially out, but there's like a Kickstarter, and it prints on a conveyor belt continuously, and the belt moves the print. So the printer head is at an angle, and so it kind of prints, and the print moves away, so you can do like a really long sword. But I'm interested in it because of the angle of printing could make certain prints stronger, like a sword. Instead of having the shearing lines be, straight horizontal on the blade, like if you're printing the blade upright, it'll snap. And then if you're printing the blade, like just layers of the blade when it's flat on a normal printer, they can delaminate and get like all curly.
It's hard to print big flat things.
Yeah, so like having a printer that can print at an angle, it's like that could be very helpful for those specific situations.
Today, if you're looking to get into this type of 3D modeling, check out the tutorial videos that Fusion 360 has over on their website. I'll have a link down below. Dive right into those, learn the interface, and get going. You could 3D model parts like this in no time flat. This took me maybe 20 minutes. That's all I have for today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next build.
Cool. Oh,
the bird.
Oh, that's right.
So this chimney doesn't get used
there he is.
at all. but birds can still get into it. And this is the only time that's happened. It hasn't happened in the last couple of years.
Poor guy got all the way almost into the furnace.
Yeah.
And he was
so we have these flicker woodpeckers that hang out our backyard.
Be free! Be free! Wait, hold on. Just turning around. I live here now!
Oh, so
you're
close!
So close. You're so close. Come on, buddy. He's coming right for me. Where is he?
Up here.
I live here now!
Looks like I was working on the sweeper bot too. I saw that.
Oh my. You got this! Oh, you're so close! Yeah!
Felt so bad.
Well, that was fun. The last one is Probius Goes to BlizzCon. Alright, this is just a fun little short that we filmed for Probius. The opening is stop motion animation that I filmed in our hotel room, and I'm super proud
Bill
of it.
edited this whole video too. It's super cute.
Yeah.
I love the music. I love everything about it.
Yay.
We got the audio from the game.
That took a very long time to do.
Look at his badge.
Yeah. God, this song was stuck in my head for weeks.
Yeah. This is my favorite video.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, so Britt was able to puppet the eye from behind a little bit.
Yep.
We tried to film without showing the base, so it looks like he's really cruising around the con. Yeah. It's just made me so happy.
Oh, they have so many cool statues there.
Oh, it's
doesn't like Kerrigan.
Let's see if you reminded him with cameras.
This is the giant photo shoot. Yeah,
someone's a pro or a pylon. I love it.
So
Let's Garrett. Garrett, I just want to quickly point out. I want to zip back real quick. Garrett, the guy here. Sorry, back a little further.
All those cool costumes.
There, that guy is one of our guildmates from World of Warcraft that we met in like 2004, I think, and we met in person for the first time at BlizzCon in like 2014 or something.
Yeah.
But he's a good dude and an old buddy.
Great.
Yeah. And Probius is like, hey, is that Jaina Promore?
One of the mailboxes.
Yeah. And I love how when you, there's definitely Britt off screen like poking that, just holding the fin by itself.
Yeah, I just popped the fin off.
Yeah.
So
but I love how when he stops, you sort of like brrr. There's a little bit of secondary motion there. Oh, it's Leah.
It's great.
He likes those Kerrigans. Ooh, merch.
Statue.
Oh, like that diva statue. Oh, he's getting his picture taken. Aw. That's cool. Oh! Feeding time for the kitty cats. The cats are just circling. There was the other one. The one that was made for Blizzard.
Man, their base was so substantial.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it was a
like
mobility scooter or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim Raynor. Oh, he's taking a selfie. I love it. Yes. That took a while. One of us had to hold the phone behind it with our hand, and it actually kind of worked.
Getting the slight slow motion footage, I think that was one of the first times we started filming like that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes everything look so much cooler.
Yeah, more dramatic.
Yeah.
That's
There's
it.
a little bit of an end.
Oh, there's more.
Man, that was such a fun convention.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was so great to just be in normal clothes, just sitting and driving this around, and you couldn't tell who was controlling it. So yeah, people would just show up and then get video and then leave. So good. So good.
Well, that was so much fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us as we take this trip down memory lane. This was such a fun, super cool project, and I love how it turned out.
Yeah, and I want to do something like that again someday, like some kind of Wall-E type thing.
Wall-E. All right, gang. Thanks so much for the support. Keep it up. You guys are amazing, and we'll see you next week with some more, I don't know, let's say shenanigans from the basement.